I'm a person of many different dimensions and interests. I've always been that way, growing up as a child in Sacramento, California, and actually as a child of an Air Force military officer in England, where I was born. I've developed a variety of interests throughout the years. I was a professional athlete for 20 years, 14 years in the NBA, and also 6 years overseas in Europe. Played in Spain, Greece, Italy, along with the Harlem Globetrotters, which was a fantastic experience for me. I've been an entrepreneur and a small business owner for over 20 years now with the Donaldson Clinic, which is a physical therapy and sports rehabilitation clinic here in the northern parts of Seattle, Washington. I've had a tremendous amount of community involvement and interest over the years, giving back to underserved and underprivileged communities and neighbors, making sure that they can have a lot of professional services via our business that we have, but also showing that there are a lot of positive role models out there for the young people to emulate and want to strive to be like. So James Donaldson is someone who has all those many different interests and dimensions, and I continue to grow. I continue to develop new interests all the time. I have a thirst for knowledge. I have a thirst for giving back and helping those also, just as people ahead of me have helped me out tremendously. I'm a professional speaker, motivational and inspirational in nature. I get in front of folks and I really want to inspire them to be the very best that they can be. The name of my book is Standing Above the Crowd. It's success strategies in athletics and business and community and in life, and just really tapping into that potential that each and every one of us have to be the very best that they can be. Just as a person along the way with me, my high school basketball coach, saw the potential in me to be more than just a student, but to be also a student athlete, and to be able from there to move on to Washington State University, where I could graduate with honors, with a degree, and then also move on to other areas of my life. But that never would have happened without someone taking an interest in me and seeing the potential in me way before I saw it. And so I turn around and do likewise with my book, Standing Above the Crowd, because I know that we all have tremendous untapped potential, that if we just thought about it and if we just had someone encouraging us along the way, we can strive to greater and greater heights. Standing above the crowd is standing above the crowd, above life's mediocrity, being more than just being average, being above life's dramas and traumas and trials and tribulations and all the little scuttlebutt that tend to hold you back in life. A lot of people get mired up in that. And why do we let that happen? Well, if we teach ourselves to stand above the crowd, above the fray, that's always going to be there. That's just part of life. We will be so much better and be able to tap into our potential to go on to greater things that all of us are blessed with. We have tremendous gifts and tremendous talents that if we are taught properly how to tap into, we can stand above the crowd. Standing above the crowd is different from standing out from the crowd. Standing above the crowd is a lifelong thing. It's a long journey, and it will sustain you for a long time. Standing out from the crowd is a temporary thing. Anybody can paint themselves in their favorite team color or go down the street and just act crazy and out of control. Well, you stand out for sure, but maybe not in the most positive way that you want to. I teach you in my book, Standing Above the Crowd, to stand above the crowd and make that a lifetime ambition and a sustained. One of the most wonderful gifts that we're all blessed with is the ability to dream. Imagine having a dream as a young kid of what you wanted to be when you grew up to be an adult. And one of the tragedies that happen over and over and over in our society is the fact that we snuff out the dreams of our young people so often instead of encouraging them to fulfill that dream and that potential. Dreaming is what enables you to move forward towards your goals. When I was a high school kid, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to be when I grew up. But once I became a student athlete, I grasped the game of basketball and how to play it. I knew that that was going to be something that I can march towards of being the very best that I can be in. That all started with a dream. And not necessarily my dream. It started with a mentor's dream who saw the potential in me that this was a possibility. I think as we look around to a lot of our young people in our society, we need to be able to encourage them to cultivate those dreams. Ask them what they want to be. Encourage them and show them that there are many, many different options out there that they can unleash that vast potential they have into being successful about it. Continue to dream. Continue to dream. It's what makes life worth living, is when you have a reason to get out of bed in the morning and march towards being that image and that dream of what you have for yourself and for others. Vision is very, very important, especially for our young people out there who have no idea what they want to be at this point in their lives as a junior high school kid or a high school kid or even a college student. Having a vision really starts enabling you to picture what your future is going to look like. Without a vision, you perish, is the old saying as it goes. But with a vision, you have an ideal of what you want to work towards. You have something to strive towards. I think we need to make sure that we have folks who help create those visions for our young people especially, because we can emulate to be greater than we are. We can be much more than we are, but we need something to help create that vision for us, that there are other options out there that are even better choices that we can make to fulfill the potential that we have, working towards that goal and towards that vision and towards that dream. And it all starts with that. Without that, it's so hard to put together your strategies towards success. But with those things in place, vision, dreaming, and also goal setting, you will become successful. You'll be able to sustain your success over a long, long time. Life isn't going to be without its ups and downs and its trials and tribulations. But if you keep your eyes on the prize, you keep on marching forward and marching upward to a greater level of success.